The man with titanium clothes, Dan Ives, joins us this morning here on the latest up where OMG, it's hot. First thing I said is, yeah, whenever they bring out a new phone, the software's screwed up, it's hot. It's like not news, is it?
But this is not a surprise to Apple. I mean, Apple knew from a titanium that this was going to happen. There will be some software updates that come out over the next week. And it's typical Cupertino. They're going to fix it. And if you look ultimately at the demand for this iPhone, it continues to be, I think, much better than expected.
Seriously, we got to do this. Is there any danger to the public with this, like exploding or on an airplane lithium, but you know, the gloom that's out there?
Not at all.
There's no like danger.
Not at all. If you look at any, even some of the ones that have tested this, in terms of stress tested it, there's nothing like that. It's really just more, it overheats in some instances, but I believe this bug, that the fix that they'll come out with, is going to resolve.
So if John's at Covent Garden buying a new iPhone, he can go in safe.
He can go in safe, and he's going to be able to watch Premier League and do all of his, everything he loves doing.
All his London things.
Why not just go back, Bramo?
That seems to be.
Dan Ives, you just said something. You said demand will be better than expected. In fact, you implied that it is better than expected.
Already.
So can you tell me about, A, what was expected, and B, how you're gauging current demand? What are you looking at?
If you look at lead times in terms of iPhone deliveries, we are still ahead of iPhone 14, and it's actually extending. And if you look last year, you had a shortage of iPhones. So when you actually combine what I'll call about 10 million incremental units that we actually have now from an inventory perspective, we're tracking so far, based on our estimate, about 10 to 12% ahead of expectations.
How do you make a distinction between scarcity that is, let's say, massaged by the company that produces this particular handset, and scarcity that's driven by real demand? Because doesn't Apple play this game? It's difficult to get our products. There's a big lead time. There's a delay. Try getting some AirPods. It takes 2 months. Everybody wants them. Isn't that the whole marketing strategy?
Look, and I think that it's a Rubik's Cube to figure out, and that's why we spend so much time in Asia trying to understand what incremental units have actually been produced, what the demand looks like relative to the supply chain. And I think right now we're running probably about 3 to 4 million units ahead. You know, if you look relative to where iPhones are going to shape out. Also, ASPs, even in China, continue to go up because of the Pro. And I think that's really the story here, is that the ASP tailwinds are there, and despite doomsday sort of view out there, I mean, you're basically seeing an iPhone demand story going into holidays that's going to be ahead of expectations.
How much is Apple eating the lunch of everybody else in terms of a market that is actually shrinking, or at least in stasis, when it comes to the smartphone market?
It's a great, I mean, we've seen it in China. They've gained about 300 bips of market share the last 18 months. And I think even despite Huawei, I think we'll continue to gain share, because of Huawei, if you buy that phone, it's like buying an iPhone 12. And it comes down to the chips and what they've done from a silicon perspective. It's the best smartphone in the world, I think, by miles at this point.